Good evening. With the Ghana Learning Channel's News in Capsule for Monday, January 3, 2022, I am Kingsley Bryan. Here's a look at some of the top stories we will be covering this evening. We'll tell you that the new completion date for Good Hope Secondary has been issued as the ministry updates on the status of the construction process. Also, Health Minister meets hospital management to discuss additional measures to protect from Omicron variant. And former Queen's College boy knighted for his services to equality and human rights. And in news from the region, Brazilian president hospitalized after complaining about abdominal discomfort. And on the international scene, world's oldest living person turns 119. Great-granddaughter says she wants people to be inspired. And now for the news in detail. The Ministry of Education, in a release, updated the public on the status of the new Good Hope Secondary School. It was hoped that the school could have been opened physically, but unfortunately, there have been several setbacks with the physical infrastructure not being completed due to the previous contractor failing to deliver. After 2 to 3 extensions, the contract was terminated with the previous contractor by the government. The government of Guyana and the World Bank then gave their no objection to having Arbasu & Sons Construction be awarded the contract to complete the school. It is expected that this school will be completed in April 2022. In September 2020, 195 grade 7 students were allocated to Good Hope Secondary. At that time, the school was only 75% complete. As such, the Minister of Education met with the parents of these students on October 13, 2020, and the following decisions were taken. 1. Any student who wished to be placed at another school will be granted a transfer. And 2. All remaining students will be taught virtually. At that time, it was projected that the school would be completed by August 2021. During the academic year, September 2020 to August 21, 75 students were granted a transfer. As such, the current enrollment of this school is 120 grade 8 students. This cohort has been divided into 5 classes. These students were initially taught mathematics, English, science, and social studies. However, the curriculum was expanded, and students are now being taught information technology, agriculture science, home economics, industrial technology, and health and family life education. The practical components of these subjects are done at Annandale Secondary School. 18 teachers have been retained by the Ministry of Education to teach these students virtually. The current grade 8 cohort of Good Hope Secondary will continue to receive virtual teaching until the school is ready for physical attendance. The Minister of Education met with the parents of these students on October 1, 2021, and advised them of the recent developments. While parents were disappointed that the school had not been completed, they agreed that the virtual teaching should continue. Again, the Ministry of Education wishes to assure the public that it is working assiduously with the new contractor to have this school completed soonest. And we'll tell you now that the Minister of Health, Dr. Frank Anthony, on Sunday held a meeting with senior management staff of the Georgian Public Hospital Corporation, the GPHC, to discuss additional measures to be taken to protect both patients and staff from the Omicron variant. These additional measures will be in place soon. On November 26, 2021, the World Health Organization designated the variant B11529 a variant of concern named Omicron on the advice of the World Health Organization's Technical Advisory Group on the Virus Evolution, TAG-VE. This decision was based on the evidence presented by the TAG-VE that Omicron had several mutations and that it is transmissible the same way as those before it. In an earlier interview, Minister Anthony had urged persons to adhere to the basic COVID-19 measures, as the World Health Organization had announced that the variant was already present in more than 67 countries. Dr. Anthony also stated that while there was no reported case of the Omicron variant in Guyana, it could reach these shores eventually. Among those present at Sunday's meeting were Chief Medical Officer Dr. Narain Singh and Director of Medical and Professional Services at the GPHC, Dr. Fawcett Jeffrey. Meanwhile, Trevor Phillips has been given a knighthood for his services to equality and human rights in the New Year's honors. Phillips, the youngest of 10 children, was born in London to Guyanese parents, who emigrated from the then British Guyana in 1950. He spent his childhood in British Guyana, and while there, he studied at Queen's College. The broadcaster and former politician, 68 years old, currently fronts Sky News' Sunday morning news program. Trevor Phillips on Sunday, taking over from Sophie Ridge in May 2021, while she was on maternity leave. Phillips has been a vocal campaigner against racism and has spoken out about the lack of diversity at the highest levels of politics, business, and the media. He was shortlisted for Comment Writer of the Year at the British Journalism Awards in 2020. The same year, Phillips was also asked to provide expert support on a review into the impact of coronavirus on Black, Asian, and minority ethnic communities. The appointment caused criticism from the public after Phillips was suspended from the Labour Party earlier in the year over allegations of Islamophobia. He is the current chair of Green Park after finding at the start of this year that none of the FTSE 100 companies had Black directors holding top roles for the first time in 6 years. Phillips was previously the head of current affairs at LWT, a division of ITV, and won Royal Television Society Awards for journalism in 1988 and 1993. He also won the Documentary Series Prize in 1998 for a 4-part program, marking 50 years since the MV Empire Windrush arrived in Great Britain. And that story was extracted and modified from the Guyana Chronicle. And now turn our attention to the world of sports. The Ghana Defence Force FC and Western Tigers FC played the January 1, 2022 Ghana Football Federation, GFF, and Kashif and Shanghai Organization year-end football tournament finals in thrilling form. At the end of the night, the defending champions from 2019 returned as champions after a 5-4 penalty shootout at the National Track and Field in Lenora. When Western Tigers missed their third penalty kick, it was all GDF's to lose, and they certainly kept a cool head to now control the trophy. For the win, GDF copped $2 million and the championship trophy, while Western Tigers collected $1 million and the runner-up trophy. In the third place playoff, West Demara's side, then Amstel, defeated Police FC 2-0. The tournament had 19 teams, all involved from fans, organizers, and players had to be vaccinated. And that story was extracted and modified from the newsroom. And in news from the region, Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro was taken to a Sao Paulo hospital for tests on Monday after experiencing abdominal discomfort, the government said. Bolsonaro is doing well, and further information will be provided later in a medical bulletin, a government statement published by the global media outlet said. Bolsonaro returned to the financial capital during the night from a New Year break on the coast and was immediately taken to Hospital Vila Nova Star, according to the Globo. Globo quoted Bolsonaro's doctor, Antonio Luiz Macedo, as saying Bolsonaro had stomach pains. Macedo operated on Bolsonaro after he was stabbed at a political rally in 2018. Globo said that Macedo was on holiday in the Bahamas and was waiting for a flight back to Brazil to see Bolsonaro, who reportedly had no public appearances scheduled on Monday. Since his stabbing during the 2018 presidential election, Bolsonaro has undergone stomach surgery several times. Last July, he was hospitalized due to a severe case of the hiccups. And that story was extracted and modified from Loop Caribbean News. And on the international scene, Kane Tanaka, the world's oldest living person, turned 119 years old on Sunday, according to a Twitter post published by her great-granddaughter, Junko Tanaka. Open quote, great achievement. Kane Tanaka reached 119 years of age. Junko tweeted with a photograph of her great-grandmother, whom she saw in December. I hope you'll continue to live life cheerfully and to the fullest. Junko shared a photo of Twitter with 2 commemorative Coca-Cola bottles that Tanaka was given for her birthday. The labels personalized with her name and age. Birthday gift 1, introducing the presents received for Kane's birthday. Really appreciate this gift. Coca-Cola Company made a commemorative birthday bottle. It seems Kane is still drinking Coca-Cola as usual, Junko tweeted. Junko spoke to CNN in March 2021 when her great-grandmother was preparing to carry the Olympic torch ahead of the postponed Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympics. She started the Twitter account in January 2020 to commemorate Tanaka's life. I might be biased because I'm related to her, but I think it's kind of amazing. I wanted to share that with the world and for people to feel inspired and to feel her joy, Junko said. Born in 1903, Tanaka married a rice shop owner at the age of 19 and worked in the family store until she was 103. Tanaka has lived through a multitude of historical events, surviving 2 world wars and the 1918 Spanish flu. Her life has spanned 49 summer and winter Olympic Games. And that story was extracted and modified from CNN. And that's our news broadcast for Monday, January 3, 2022. Please join us for our rebroadcast tomorrow morning. On behalf of myself and technical team, thanks for watching. Please stay tuned to our regular programming and remember to observe all the necessary precautionary methods to fight off COVID-19. We're all in this together. Have a very happy and productive 2022.